I'm Anthony Vandegrift for today's ETA News, and here are the stories that we will discuss. Woman stabs husband because of the devil, Crimea to be under Russian control, and conditional release of Palestinian prisoners. A Tennessee woman has been detained after wrecking her car into a church and stabbing her husband in the chest. The reason, she claims, the devil had put impure thoughts in her head about her husband, who was allegedly worshiping the NASCAR race at Bristol this past weekend. The Churchill police said in a report, she stated God told her that smoking marijuana all day and all night was not good for her, and that she only needed to smoke it at night to help her relax. Ms. Hammond further stated that she felt her husband Stephen was worshiping the NASCAR race at Bristol, which made her mad, and she began having thoughts that the devil put in her head. Here's a portion of what the 23-year-old Stephanie Hammond told the police. When Stephen came to check on me, I told him the devil was in me, and I stabbed him in the heart. Have you heard if he's dead or not? I smoke a bunch of weed. I love to smoke it. Sometimes when I do, I start seeing things that others don't. Isn't God good? He told me that this would happen, and just look, I am okay. Stephanie Hammond has been charged with first-degree attempted murder and felony vandalism. She's being held without bond. Russian President Vladimir Putin, in a one-hour address before Parliament, stated the referendum in Crimea was fully democratic, legal and convincing, and that the Ukrainian region, in the people's heart of hearts, has always been a part of Russia. He expressed his determination to return Crimea to within the Russian fold and said it was clear that the people of Crimea also wanted that. Putin lamented the breakup of the former Soviet Union, calling it a historical injustice. The Russian president also mentioned Crimea was effectively stolen from Russia and that it remains an inseparable part of the country. He said, something that we thought was incredible became reality. The USSR broke down. The events were so quick, most citizens could not realize the traumatic effects of what was happening. Mr. Putin also denied Western accusations that Russia invaded Crimea prior to the referendum Sunday, saying Russian troops were sent there in line with a treaty with Ukraine that allows Russia to have up to 25,000 troops at its Black Sea Fleet base in Crimea. He later admonished the parliament, stating, "We need to be as strong as ever in the future to rise up to challenges. We will be facing some opposition from the West." Then he received a standing ovation from the assembled lawmakers during the following comment, "We couldn't leave the Crimeans, otherwise it would have been treason." Justice Minister Tzipi Livni warned Tuesday that the fourth group of Palestinian prisoners set to be freed at the end of March as part of the agreement to resume negotiations will not be released if Israel and the Palestinians have not reached a broad framework agreement by then. She said the prison keys are in the hands of Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas and the decision he makes over the next few days. However, a problem arises with this. At the start of Abbas's meeting with President Barack Obama at the White House on Monday, Abbas said he expected Israel to honor its commitments and release the fourth group of prisoners, all jailed from before the signing of the Oslo Accords in 1993. Abbas said that the release would be a sign of Israel's intentions of them being serious. Livni said that Israel had never promised to release Israel Arab prisoners as part of talks with the Palestinians. There was never an automatic commitment that was not connected to the state of the talks and what would happen by the release date. Israel Justice Minister Livni also said it will soon be decided whether there is a basis for continuing the talks. Serious talks are based on fundamental understandings and a broad understanding of the substance of the solution for the core issues. Israel does not want barren talks whose only purpose is to play for time and avoid making decisions. I'm Anthony Vandegrift, bringing you the latest from ETA News.